Welcome to the social science class of 8th standard. We had started business study, first chapter, the component of business studies. In the previous class, we had learned meaning of word business, economic activities and types, exchange. Today we shall learn about evolution and growth of commerce. Evolution and growth of commerce. What is evolution? Evolution is gradual change of activities that take place over a long period. In the picture, you can see how the ape has converted to be a human being. It is a gradual change. It has taken thousands of years to change. Same thing. Before, a man was using stones. Then he used some iron material, then he used book, now we are using computers, laptop. The activities is changing, but these changes take place slowly. That is what is evolution. Evolution is the gradual change of activity that take place over a long period. You have understood the meaning of evolution. Now let us understand what is commerce. All the economic activities of human being is considered as commerce. It includes production, business, industry, banking, insurance agencies, advertisement, transport and many other factors which help or support or facilitate the exchange of goods and services. It is called as commerce. We have understood the meaning of evolution and commerce. Now let us understand evolution of commerce. The evolution that has taken place in commerce may be called as evolution of commerce. Evolution means gradual change. The gradual change or a slow change in the economic activity or commerce is called as evolution of commerce or history of commerce. So now let us understand the evolution of commerce in stages. The evolution of commerce, there are 8 stages. The first stage is hunting and fishing stage. The second stage is pastoral stage. The third stage is agricultural stage. And the fourth stage is handicraft stage. The fifth stage is the barter stage or barter system. The sixth stage is money economic stage or money stage. The seventh is town economic stage. And the last or the eighth is international trade. Let us understand the stages of evolution of commerce. The first stage of evolution of commerce is hunting and fishing stage. It was the earliest stage of human civilization. In this stage, man was wanderer. He was moving from one place to another place. There was no fixed place for him. He moved from one place to another place in search of food. The main occupation was hunting and fishing. They gathered fruits, roots, nuts and they had it for food. They lived in caves, hollows of trees. They covered their body with leaves and skin and protected their body from sun, wind and rain. There was no economic activity. The second stage is called the pastoral stage. In this stage, people learned domestication of animal. Means they took care of animals. They reared cattle like cow, sheep, goat, buffalo. So these animals provided them, gave them food to eat and skin to cover their body. And here they moved from one place to another in search of grassland because they need grass for their animals. So here also there was no economic activity. The third stage of evolution of commerce is agriculture stage. Here people learnt the art of growing crops. They learnt how to sow the seed, take care of crops, cut the crops, when to cut the crops, when to thresh and when to harvest. This is a skill. And they started leading a settled life. They started living in a fixed place. When they grow crops, they cannot move from place to place. When they started living, they developed villages and community. And simple division of labor started. What is division of labor? Dividing the work based on their ability. In agriculture, there are many activities has to take place. One individual cannot do all the activities. So the work is divided according to their ability. Division of labor started. Here the economic activities started. The commercial activities started. So the agriculture stage led to the another stage, that is handicraft stage. For agriculture they need plough, that is negilo, and instruments to cut the crops, thresh the crop. So there were some people who engaged themselves in doing these instruments or the tools. Like carpenter made the plough, wooden materials, and blacksmith made iron materials, and builder built the buildings, weaver weaved the clothes. So these people were called craftsmen. They were professionals, and these people provided goods for the agriculturists, and agriculturists provided food grain necessary for them. So the next step was barter system. The next stage is the barter system. In barter system, the directly exchange of goods for goods or things for things is called as barter system. Why this happened? Because division of labor led to produce more goods. So they wanted to exchange goods for goods. This is called as barter system. This direct exchange of goods to goods developed some problems. Let us understand what are the problems. Now let us understand the problems of barter system. The first problem is lack of double coincidence of wants. Look at the picture. There are two parties. A man dressed with blue, a man dressed with red. The blue dressed person has apples and red dressed person has a cock. So, if both are willing to exchange for apple, they are exchanging cock, then there is no problem. There is a coincidence of wants. They are willing to exchange. But in case the blue dress person want to exchange his apple for wheat, he doesn't want cock. But the red dress person doesn't have wheat. He has only cock. So here blue dress person is not willing to exchange his apple for a cock. He wants wheat. Here the double coincidence arrived. The same example is given in your textbook. A has paddy and wants wheat, and B has wheat but wants jawar, and B is not prepared to take paddy. So this is called lack of double coincidence of wants. The second problem of barter system is lack of common measures to value. It was very difficult to decide the quantity of one commodity to another. For example, one cow for how many sheep, or for one measure of wheat, how many measures of jawar, etc. or was difficult to divide. Look at the picture. If they want a cow, how many hen they have to exchange? If they want milk, how many measures of grains they should give? If they want cloth, how many apples should they have to exchange? It was very difficult to measure. So this led another stage also. Let us see. The third problem of barter system is difficult of subdivision. It was very difficult to divide some animals or things. To divide the cow for some sheep. So look at the picture. A man has a banana and he wants to exchange for buffalo. Is it possible to measure, or is it possible to divide? It is very difficult. This also led to the another stage. Another problem of barter system was difficulty to store the goods or to transport. The movement of goods from one place to another was a problem. It was difficult to preserve or store some goods over a long period. Look at the picture. Where the first picture, they are finding very difficult to carry the grains from one place to another for a long distance. The grains are wasted. In the second picture, it is finding very difficult to load animals and move in the boat. That is also a problem arise. And if they are carrying vegetable, fruits, then the problem arise where how long they can carry. The fruits or vegetable may get spoiled. This led to the next stage. So, the problems of barter system. like lack of double coincidence of wants, lack of common measures of value, difficulty of subdivision, difficulty of store and goods or to transport. This led to the another stage, money economic stage, where the people started exchanging first with the animal skin, and slowly they started using cowrie shells. What is cowrie shells in picture? It is given cowrie. And then they started using the metals with different shapes and weight. And they started using metals like copper, silver, gold. But there was difficulty to carry. It was heavy, and moving with coins it was risky. So to avoid this, another in the money system there was another step. So in the money stage, due to the problem of heaviness of metal, next it was started paper money as a medium of exchange. Here the paper monies were issued by the central bank of that country, and also it was supported by the government. Do you remember, children? When demonetization happened, they changed the 500 and 1000 rupees, and 2000 rupees was started. So this is the with the help of government and the central bank of the country. Apart from this, we have check, demand drafts, DD, credit card, debit card that support in the economic stage, that is the money economic stage. Okay, after money economic stage, next comes the town economic stage. Here the bank money was there, medium of exchange. The faster growth of commerce took place. People began to produce more goods. They started meeting in a fixed place and the periodical interval, that is they started local market. They started coming to the local area and selling the goods. The development of local markets led to the development of towns and centers for supplying goods. So merchants started coming with their goods. Craftsmen came into the town with raw material and started producing the finished goods, and they supplied. Look at the picture where there is a local market and there is a town market. In town market, many craftsmen will come with the raw material and they purchase the raw material and try to finish using the raw material. They produce a finished goods and sell those goods in the town. So the town market started. Here from local market to town market. So the next stage or the last stage is international trade. This international stage started with the geographical discovery during the 15th and 16th century. Look at the picture where the Columbus discovered America, Vasco da Gama who discovered sea route to India, and Magellan. He started traveling, or he started his voyage with the support of King of Spain. You can look in the picture where he has traveled the entire world. But when he returned, he didn't return at all. He was killed. But his ship returned by traveling the entire world. So this led to the development of international trade. Another important factor that developed the international trade is industrial revolution that took place in England. So the goods were produced in large quantity. This has to move from local market also and also to the other countries. So the development of communications, transportation led to the international trade, faster development of international market. So this revolution of industrial revolution and revolution in transport and communication brought support to the international trade. So in today's class we have learned the meaning of evolution, commerce, and evolution of commerce and growth, and different stages of evolution, the 8 stages of evolution. So let us continue with the next part in next class.